You might think I'm in Florida now on vacation or at a random beach, but right now I'm in Egypt. And I'm sitting in the plaza just looking around, scenery's beautiful. I'll call this a vacation, but I'm really here to hire some people for my business. Those who don't know me, I'm John. I have 20 years old. I have an Airbnb business that produces 40, 50K a month in revenue. And me just sitting here got me thinking a little bit. If I was to go broke, how would I get myself up again? How would I start making 10, 20K a month again if I was to go broke and I had to start from zero? Well, first, most people think you need money, you need luck, or you might need a degree to start making an immense amount of money, but to be honest, you don't. And maybe that's how it was in the golden age 10, 20, 30, 40 years ago, but it's not how it is now. It's much different now. There's more opportunities, more online businesses and things that you can do and things you can outsource to actually start your own business. There's funding. There's a lot of things you can do. In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly how and what steps to take in order to go from broke to making maybe 10, 20, 30K a month, depending on your ambition, because at the end of the day, it depends on you. First, the number one thing I'd recommend is to shift your mindset, because before you even want to get started with making money and getting big in the gym and changing your life, it starts with mindset, because without having a mindset, without having consistency, without having any ambition, then how do you expect yourself to start a new business? How do you expect yourself to make an immense amount of money? Because money isn't given, money is earned. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to earn that money, not how to be handed that money, right? Because there's a big difference between earned and being handed down something, which most people don't have the opportunity of just being born into money, being born into a trust, being born into a business that's already set up, automated, and ran for them already. One key point I'm going to give you: every problem can be solved with a solution. And with this solution, you can make money from. What are most businesses built off? Off of problem solving. Let me say that again. What are most businesses built off? Off of problem solving. Solving someone's problem is going to put money in their pockets. Amazon, what problem did they solve? They solved the delivery problem. They have fast delivery. They have a immense amount of product selection. Every single thing that you can think of. What did Tesla do? Elon Musk, what problem did he solve? Well, traveling to space, number one. Number two, electric cars. He invented electric cars. Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure he's the one that invented electric cars. And also, he's all around genius. He has something that not a lot of us have instilled into ourselves. He's a genius. I'm not a genius. I never admitted to being a genius. All I do is copy and paste business ideas and business blueprints, and that's how I got to the point where I am right now. And one thing I'm going to tell you, the mindset of being broke, it isn't just about the lack of money that you have. It's lack of a plan. You don't have a plan. That's the biggest problem. Is that you want to achieve certain goals, but you don't have motivated steps to get you to those goals. You don't have a plan to get you there. That's the biggest problem. First, you need to form a plan. Forming a plan is the most important part. When I first started my business, I didn't have a big plan, but what I did know is the direction I wanted to take. I wanted to take the real estate direction. I wanted to go into Airbnbs, and I figured out the only way I'm going to get there is if I put my head down and grind. And luckily for me, right, it's a little bit of luck and a lot of bit of hard work, but you putting yourself in the opportunity to find opportunity is the best way you're going to find those luck. Because if you're working hard, and God knows you're working hard, then he's going to present you with opportunities. A lot of you are presented with opportunities, but you don't end up taking them, and that's the biggest piece of it. Is that if opportunity is presented to you and you don't take it, then that's on you, right? You could be presented an opportunity and make an immense amount of money from it, and make a great amount of income from this opportunity and automate it and have an amazing life, but you didn't decide to take that opportunity. You didn't decide to take it, work on it, work hard, stay consistent, and eventually see the fruits of your labor. And that's one of the biggest pieces to the puzzle. When opportunity is presented, you better take it, you better work your fucking ass off, and you better work that fucking opportunity's ass off, so then you can see the fruits of your labor and earn what you want to achieve. And along with mindset, now that you have your mindset corrected, go get a fucking job, go put the fries in a bag, and work your ass off. Save a lot of money, because at the end of the day, people think that they can just go into entrepreneurship without having any money, and in some cases, that could be true. Let's say you find a little money, right? You save a little money. My next step for you is to start a business that can be fully automated. For example, let me tell you a little bit about my business model. It's called rental arbitrage, aka Airbnb arbitrage. I also do Airbnb management. All right, this is my whole business model. Let's say a website like Zillow apartment.com. So I look on these websites and I find houses, condos, or apartments for rent, and then I'll rent them. Let's say it's for $2,000 a month. I'll ask the landlord, can I rent it, and then sublease onto Airbnb, get their okay. Once I get their okay, then I'm going to furnish the property. After I furnish the property, I'm going to list it and make a listing on Airbnb. After I make a listing on Airbnb, then it's gonna start bringing in money because guests are gonna book. So for example, let's say Airbnb property made $5,000 this month, right? And the rent plus all expenses are $3,000 that month. So we do 5 minus 3, that leaves me with $2,000 in profit. That's my exact business model. I go into more into detail in a bunch of my videos. If you have the opportunity right now, you have the time, go through my videos. I show you a lot of free game, a lot of insider information on my business and how I operate, what I do to hire people, what I do to automate the business. And in general, I tell you about the exact business model in a bunch of videos, so I'm not gonna get too deep into it in this video. But you start the business, start 1 property, 2 property, 3 property, and eventually you scale and you automate the business. The way I automated my business is that cleaners, we got handymen, we also got the virtual assistants. And a big reason why I'm here in this country right now in Egypt is because I'm going to hire a virtual assistant for my business. What this virtual assistant does is take care of automations that are done online, guest communication, finding new properties, leads, contacting homeowners, all of these things that he's going to solve for me to give me more time, right, to allow me to work on the business versus in the business. And that's the big thing. You can start a lot of different businesses, but what businesses allow you to automate it and work on it versus in it? What businesses give you the location freedom? Right now I'm in Egypt right now. I have absolute immense amount of location freedom. I can go anywhere I want to and my business is still going to operate. And if that's what you're looking for, then I recommend starting a business model like Airbnb arbitrage. I have a bunch of mentees, started from zero. I was a mentee at some point. I had a mentor at some point as well. And in order for me to get into that position, I had to invest in myself, because why would someone teach me about something they worked so hard on for free? It doesn't make any sense, especially someone that didn't know me. So that's why I have mentees. That's why I paid for a mentor myself. I paid $4,000 for a mentor at 18 years old. Right now I'm 20 years old. It's been 2 years. And because of that $4,000 investment, now I'm making 40, 50K a month in revenue, depending on the month, because it depends on the season. This business is kind of seasonal, and there's like 2 or 3 months out of the year which is kind of slow, but all the other months make up for it. So that's the big thing with Airbnb, is that you need to stay consistent, and then once you find your first property, 2 properties, then the business can be fully automated. So that's why I decided to start an Airbnb business, and that's why I'd recommend it to you to start as well. And if you want more information, definitely let me know. I have mentees, right, and I charge them a decent amount of money because they get a shitload of information and they have this whole business model and blueprint written out for them, and they pay thousands for that. But I also have this low ticket things worth as much as a lunch, it's worth as much as a dinner. Basically just teaches you about rental arbitrage. I'm not trying to get your fucking money at 15, 20, well, I don't know what it's priced at right now. I think it's 15 bucks or 20 bucks. That shit does not do anything for me. I make 50K a month. It doesn't do anything for me. It only does and benefits you, and it includes a call with me. But the whole reason I made this YouTube channel is to get my word out there and to try to help as many people as possible. And the ones that actually listen to me and listen to these videos understand where I'm coming from and understand the points that I'm trying to prove, and understand that all I'm doing right now is trying to help you, because I don't get paid from this shit. I don't get paid from these videos. I make this shit strictly out of passion. And why this business model worked for me is because I started at 18, limited funds. I learned how to leverage my credit. I didn't have any money and I used my credit to start this business. And I didn't have to own any property. With this Airbnb arbitrage model, you don't have to own any property. You simply can just do it based off other people that own property, and you rent this property from them, and then you take profits. That's it. All you do within this business is take profits, but obviously you have to operate it. Not every business is easy, and not any business is easy. I never said this shit is a piece of cake. Nothing that gives you a good reward, nothing that gives you good money is easy, and I need you to understand that shit. Stop wasting your fucking time. Time is the one thing you cannot get back. So when you want to start something, you want to be efficient, you want to start a business, whatever the fuck it is, time is your biggest enemy or time is your biggest friend. Depends on how you use it. So use your fucking time wisely. Automate and scale. With this business model I'm telling you about, or any business model, the best thing you can do is automate a business and scale. You might look at it like for me to automate it, I need more employees. It's gonna be more overhead, and I'm not gonna make as much money. And I made that fucking mistake. Up until a few months ago, I was doing every single thing in my business, but I learned automation is the key point of having a successful business, because now all the pressure is on you. Now you have employees doing the things that you don't want to do. So make sure you automate your business as early as possible. By me saying as early as possible, as that basically means as soon as you have the funds to do so. Once you automate a business, once it's operating for you by itself, just like I am right now. So I'm sitting here, I don't need to do anything. I have a bunch of guests staying in the Airbnb. I have money coming in because this shit is automated. Then you can look for a different income stream. I have a lot of people in my DMs telling me, oh, I'm working on this, I'm trying to drop ship, I'm trying to trade, I'm trying to do Airbnb. Bro, what the fuck are you doing? You are wasting your time. Learn how to use your time correctly. You're working on all those 3 things. You're going to give 33% effort to all of them. And then you're not going to sustain any of them because you're not working hard on any of them. Instead, work on one thing, give it your 100%, learn, start, scale, automate. Once it's automate, then you can move on to the next thing, because then you have the systems for that shit to operate by itself. And that's why I tell people, focus on one thing at a time. I'm not saying you can't have 7 streams of income like millionaires tell you, but what I'm telling you is focus on one thing at a time. A house is not built overnight. A house is built a foundation, then they put the plywood, then they put the drywall, then they put the electrical and the plumbing, and then eventually put the roof, and then they furnish the house. The house is not built in a fucking day. And that's what I'm trying to relate to the business. The business is not built in a day. You need to give it your all, and then after you're done with that house, after you build that house, after you automate that house, and you put someone in that house, then you move on to the next house. And that's just a hyperbole that I'm trying to give you. I told you a whole bunch about my business. I told you how to start, scale, and automate it. And I'm going to tell you, you can fucking do it too. If I did it at 18 years old, if I am a fucking immigrant from Egypt and I came to America with my parents and we started from nothing, why can't you? Especially if you have the opportunity, especially if you have the funds, you can do that shit easily. And even if you don't have the funds, even if you don't have the opportunity, then you can still do that shit. Because if I did, then you can as well. And if someone in my position or less of a position from me did it, why can't you? Don't have excuses. You can find a mentor. If you don't want a mentor, you don't have funds to pay for a mentor, you can find this fucking information online, right? We have phones. These phones are supercomputers, and with these supercomputers, you can learn everything and anything you possibly fucking want to. With that being said, I just gave my fucking heart and soul out to you. So like this damn video, subscribe, leave a comment with any video recommendations or anything that you might possibly want to tell me. Follow my Instagram. I answer any and all DMs. I try to help your ass, but if you're lazy, I don't want to help you. Follow my Instagram at John Aziz. If you want that low ticket to teach you the basics about rental arbitrage, I'm going to leave the link in the bio below. Literally the price of a lunch or a dinner. If you don't want to buy it, that's on you. I don't give a fuck. Questions, comments, concerns, DM, comments, share this video, like, subscribe. I'm out.